All right, get ready because today we're going deep into something pretty amazing. The potential for humans to hibernate during space travel. It sounds like something out of science fiction, right? Straight out of a movie. But what if I told you scientists are looking at a pretty surprising source for inspiration? Bat blood. Now, when we talk about hibernation, bats are like the ultimate experts. They've developed this incredible ability to kind of hit the pause button on life, allowing them to survive those tough winters, using as little energy as possible. And get this, researchers are finding that the secrets to this remarkable ability, might actually be in their blood, specifically in their red blood cells. Those are called erythrocytes. Now think about space travel for a second, like interstellar travel. Even if we could travel at the speed of light, which we can't, just reaching our closest star neighbor, Proxima Centauri, it would still take years. I mean, that's an insane amount of time to be stuck inside a spaceship.
Right.
Not to mention all the resources you'd need to keep a crew alive for that long. It's mind-boggling. But now imagine this. What if astronauts could hibernate during those super long journeys? They could basically sleep through the whole trip, saving tons of resources and avoiding all the mental stress of being isolated for so long. It would completely change space exploration. And that's where the bat research comes in. Scientists have been comparing blood cells from bats that hibernate, bats that don't hibernate, and humans, all at different temperatures. And what they found is really fascinating. As the temperature dropped, the bat blood cells, and this was true whether the bat hibernated or not, they became more viscous and more elastic too. And this adaptation is super important because it lets the blood keep circulating even in near freezing conditions. Just think about it for a second. When our bodies get cold, our blood usually thickens. It makes it harder to pump. But bat blood has this unique ability to stay fluid, making sure that oxygen and nutrients keep moving throughout the body, even when they're hibernating. Now, sadly, human blood cells just aren't that adaptable. They stiffen up when the temperature drops, which I guess makes sense. We didn't evolve to hibernate. We need a steady body temperature to function properly. But what if? This is a big what if. What if we could learn from bats and figure out a way to modify our own blood cells so that they could be more like theirs, could handle the cold better? That's exactly what researchers are trying to do. They're digging deep into the structure of bat blood cell membranes. That's the outer layer of the cell, to see how it helps the cells stay flexible in cold temperatures. Now imagine the possibilities if we could unlock this secret. It could open the door to safe and effective human hibernation, making those long-haul space voyages not just a fantasy, but a real possibility, something we could actually achieve. It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? Okay, now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait a minute, are we going to start injecting ourselves with bat blood to hibernate, of course? And the answer is definitely no. Scientists aren't suggesting anything that crazy. What they're really interested in is how we could potentially use medications to change the properties of our own blood cells, to make them more like bat blood cells. So imagine taking a pill that could temporarily change the structure of your red blood cells, make them more flexible and more resistant to cold temperatures. It's a wild idea, right? And while we're still a long way from having a hibernation pill, this research is a huge step forward in understanding and maybe even harnessing this incredible biological power. But okay, let's step back from space travel for a minute and think about how this research could be used right here on Earth in medicine. So we already use controlled hypothermia in some medical procedures. That's when doctors lower a patient's body temperature. They do it for things like complex surgeries or to treat really bad head injuries. By cooling the body down, doctors can slow down the metabolism and reduce the risk of damage to vital organs. It's a pretty amazing technique, but there are limits to how long and how much we can lower someone's body temperature without causing harm. But what if? What if we could use what we're learning from bat blood to improve these procedures? If we could figure out a way to make human blood cells more flexible and resilient during controlled hypothermia, we could potentially make the procedure safer, more effective, and usable for a wider range of medical conditions. Imagine being able to put someone in a state of deep hypothermia for a long time, giving their body a chance to heal and recover from a serious injury or illness. That would be revolutionary. And here's another thought. What about organ transplantation? One of the biggest challenges is keeping organs healthy outside the body. But imagine we could put those organs into a state of hibernation, slowing down their metabolism and preserving their function for longer periods. It could transform organ transplantation. We could transport organs further, have more time to find matching recipients, and ultimately save more lives. It's pretty wild to think about. All this potential hidden in the blood of these little creatures, bats. But that's what's so amazing about science, right? It's all about exploring the unknown, asking questions we might not even know to ask, and finding solutions in the most unexpected places. Who would have thought that bat blood could hold the key to such incredible possibilities? And that's what makes this research so exciting. It's not just about the specific things they're finding. It's about the doors it opens, the questions it raises, and the possibilities it creates. Like if we can figure out how bat hibernation works, what other amazing things about human biology might we be able to achieve? Could we extend human lifespan, treat diseases that are incurable now, or even boost our brain power? The possibilities are as huge and mysterious as space itself. And as we keep learning more about the natural world, who knows what other incredible discoveries are waiting for us? One thing's for sure, it's an amazing time to be alive, seeing all these incredible advances in science and technology, and I can't wait to see what the future holds.